Hiya Martin, lovely to meet up with you and do some further work on your game on the range. Just a quick recap on the key points that we covered. First of all, if we look at you from down the line, I'd like to see the setup relaxed a little bit. We're looking a little bit too straight in the back, tailbone stuck out. So just really, just soften the setup up, or soften the address position up. You know what I mean by that. You've seen enough images online, and we discussed it in yesterday's session. Key problem here is the right leg straightens too much too soon, and that's sucking everything in behind you. So remember what we discussed yesterday, the right leg should straighten, but it should straighten incrementally from P1 to P4. Because the right leg is straightening too quick, the hips are turning too fast, and that's pulling the arms in too much. So at P3 the hands and the arms are in too much. That results in a very flat top of the backswing position with a great loss of height. So what I'm doing here now is I'm just putting my hand behind the right leg just to restrict the rate at which it straightens. Now you see here that it does straighten from the off, but it straightens in a more incremental manner. That has the effect of positioning the arms a little bit more up and not quite as much around. So are the hands and the arms working in? Yes. Are the hips still turning from the off? Yes. But they're doing it in a more appropriate manner. So you can see at P3 the hand path is much more appropriate, and at P4 the arm plane is much more appropriate. We haven't overturned, we haven't left tilted excessively, the leg action is looking much more solid, and there's less of a differential between where the right knee was and where it is at the top of your backswing. Remember, we put some numbers to it. If the right leg was flexed at say 25 degrees at setup and 6 height, it would straighten 7 degrees from P1 to P2, 7 degrees from P2 to P3, and a further 7 degrees from P3 to P4. When looking at doing it under your own devices, this is after about 20 minutes of just having the right knee restricted. Much more gradual straightening of the right knee, much better position at the top, and overall a much better ball flight. So good progress in that one. That's controlling the rate at which the right knee straightens and the effect that has on the hips, the hands and the arms during the backswing. The next piece we looked at was your ability to bring the club out of its descent. You make a good powerful move, get back into flexion very, very well. But then as you come through now, the club doesn't come out the ground quick enough. We don't push up off the ground sufficiently. And as a result, we get that chicken wing look as you come through the ball. The reason you get that chicken wing look is, first of all, because of how much inside you were at the start of the session. So it's a way of dividing the elbows, is a way of shifting the swing line to the left a little bit. But also it's your way of preventing the club digging into the ground too steeply. What we should be doing is using the ground, pushing up, extending through impact, which would shallow the angle of attack. So if we take a little look at the drill on the bottom right, the idea now is to get rid of all the accumulators during the backswing. So on this drill, we're going to take the club back with no wrist hinge, no bending in the arms. The only angles we have now are the angles created by the body. So the only generation of power is from straightening these out. So coming through now to hit the ball as far as you can see there, you've got to straighten the left leg a little bit sooner. You've got to push up off the ground. You get a good feeling of that. And you can see as you do that, the belt raises much quicker. The club comes out of its descent, and there's not as much of a chicken wing on the way through. Belt raising brings the hips out of the forward tilt, allowing them to continue to turn. So let the right knee straighten at a more appropriate rate and learn to push up off the ground from P6 to P8. pushing up off the ground, P6 to P8. Good luck with it, enjoy your golf. If there's any questions, feel free to drop me a line. Well done.